Hello and welcome to Divinity Original Sin 2, the Definitive Edition. I logged in and I saw this thing, gift bag number 2 has been automatically downloaded and applied to your game. We hope you enjoy this fine collection of modifications inspired by our community favorites, so I wonder what this is. Oh, beauty salon! Be who you want to be. This gift bag widens the selection of face types and hairstyles for every race and gender in the game. That's awesome! I love cosmetics! This new update is applied automatically and available immediately. Find your new look in your character creation or through the magic mirror in the game. Song of Nature. Oh, what have we here? This gift bag is full to the brim with treasures that revamp the way you experience Divinity Original Sin 2. Dig deep, what you find can change the very rules of the game, or add new features, powers, and possibilities. To use these, a new entry was added to the in-game menu. From there, access Layering Modifications menu. There you will find this bag's gift bag contents. Crafter's Kit, Endless Runner, Animal Empathy, Fort Joy, Magic Mirror, 8 action points, and Herb Gardens. I don't know why it's gift bag number 2. Is this gift bag number 1? This is gift bag number 2, I guess, because it just showed up as gift bag number 1. I mean 2, sorry, my bad. So yeah, this is Divinity Original Sin 2, and I'm excited to play it. Just as a preface or preface, how do people say the word? Anyways, before we begin, what I want to say is, I actually have played a bit of Divinity Original Sin 2. I played through the first chapter, and I kind of just stopped playing after that. I think something came up, or I had some other obligations, and I kind of stopped playing for a while, and then I tried to come back to it, but couldn't really remember what was going on exactly. So I'm going to play this all over again and start from the beginning. So I do know some things, but I'm not really a game expert or anything, and I don't know exactly what the whole story is all about. But I will know a little bit of things in the first chapter, and then we'll probably start going blind afterwards. So let us start before everyone falls asleep, if you are still watching at this point. But yeah, I'm excited to try all the new stuff. I don't know how it will affect the game. I haven't played enough to remember exactly what it was all about, but let's start single player. So there's Explorer mode, I guess is like easy, quote. Classic mode, which should be normal, I assume. And Tactician mode, which I think is the hardest. And there's Story mode, which I've never tried. I assume it just focuses on the story, that's why it's called Story mode. Anyways, I really appreciate modes like this because sometimes you want to just sit and enjoy the game and not worry about combat, but that's not what we're here to do today. We're gonna be playing on Tactician mode. Yes. I don't want to do Honor. I think Honor is like where you have only one save file. I'm not gonna be that hardcore. I'm just gonna go with regular. Bring it on! Combat is demanding and your foes are devious and observant. For every surprise you spring, they will respond with 2 of their own. Not for the faint of heart. Begin. Tactician mode. Are you sure you want to start a game in Tactician mode? Fights in this mode will be especially challenging. You cannot change the setting once this game starts. Bring it on. Bring it on. I actually have played through the first part in Tactician mode. I struggled quite a bit, so hopefully this time around it'll be easier since it's my second time. Final warning, there will be no change in your game's difficulty after this. Are you sure you want to continue in Tactician mode and potentially embarrass yourself in front of anyone who happens to still be watching? Yeah, let's go with it. Oh, and I am back in the menu for some reason. Cut! Alright, I'm back in the character creation screen. I love doing character creation. It's one of my favorite parts of the game, and that's the part where I spend a lot of time on. So let's go. We get to make 2 characters, so let's take our dear sweet time. The first episode will probably just be character creation. So I'm gonna get a piece of paper out and a pen, because I do want to plan this out if I play this on Tactician. I'm no expert, but I do still like trying to plan things out and think things through. And yeah, so what did I play the first time? I think the first time I played Sabile, and I have not really finished her story, so that would be cool to check out again. Anyways, let's start off. We have the Red Prince, you're infamous, a brilliant warrior general exiled from his empire for cavorting. Oh yeah, with demons. Fallen from grace, you refuse to give up. The throne will be yours again. And then we have Sabil, a slave no longer. You still bear the living scar your master used to dominate you. He turned you into assassin, made you hunt your own kin. Now you hunt him. And then we have Ifan Bemez, a crusader in Lucian's army. You lost your faith as war claimed countless innocents. Now you're a lone wolf mercenary. Your mission? Kill Lucian's son. Dun dun dun. Beast, the dwarf. Your failed rebellion against the queen nearly destroyed you, so you began a new life on the high seas. Now your old enemy is back. If you don't stop her, no one will. Oh, someone's playing Tower Unite. How do I shut off notifications? Okay. Losa, you're a musician, performer, star, and host to all manner of disembodied visitors. Now, one dark voice has silenced them all and aims to claim your body for itself. That is terrifying. And Fane! Hello, Fane. You woke up and your world was gone, the last of your kind. You hide behind a charmed mask, searching for the truth about a history that no one knew existed. And just a normal class. Normal races, so let's read about the dwarves. Between haves and have-nots alike, dwarves are fiercely nationalistic. Even the poorest dwarf would die for their dwindling kingdom, but not all would die for the queen. The queen sounds like a nasty one. Elf. The annals of elfdom are written in flesh. Elves eat of the dead and absorb their memories. Now the elves are in peril. An unforgettable hero must rise. Human. Adventurous, confident, flexible at all times, even clever. Sometimes. Humans are dominant in Revlon. They always play the hero in their own endless wars, even when they're villains. Wow, how accurate. I feel personally attacked. To most, lizards are exotic and mysterious as the ancient empire itself. The outside world knows them as warriors, philosophers, and slavers to be respected and feared. Lizards sound really cool, honestly. I want to look more into their story. Undead Dwarf. The undead are considered abominations in Revlon, an affront to a natural order whose mere presence invites violence. Those who walk among the living must do so masked. Yeah, so all the undead should have the same story. So now, time to think about which character we want to play. On a more practical side note about the builds that I will be running, I do have to keep into consideration, unless they changed it in the Definitive Edition, I'm not sure, because I think I played it when it was released quite early on, so it wasn't the Definitive Edition yet. But anyways, unlike Divinity 1, enemies have magic armor and physical armor, and if you don't get rid of those armors... that sounded weird. Anyways, if you don't get rid of the armor types, you cannot do damage to their health. So, and they're also immune to certain effects, so you can't stun them if they have full physical armor. You can't freeze them if they have like magic armor left on them. So even if they're like one magic armor and you try to freeze them, it doesn't work. So that means for me, I will most likely focus heavily on one type of damage, because then I don't have to worry about not knocking off their damage with my characters. In case, since I'm not too experienced, I don't want to do half magic, half physical, and then not have enough to knock off magic or physical fast enough before the enemies kill me. I'm wondering, should I play through the heroes? Because it's kind of cool to play like an unknown hero, like just like a random undead dwarf or something, and then you get to talk to Sabil, you get to talk to Losa, Ifan Bemez. The downside is you can only have 3 other heroes, so some hero is gonna not have their story highlighted, which makes me sad because I like experiencing all the stories. But I guess the good thing is it's like a multiple playthrough type of situation where you can go back and have different heroes. But yeah, I could make a custom character, or if I'm feeling greedy, I can have one named character and then bring 3 heroes. That way I only have, how many heroes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. So if I bring one of the heroes, I'm only missing 2 of the characters, but then again, I won't be able to interact with myself. Let's see. I am interested in Sabil still. Also, she has one of the best racials, I think. Gain 1 action point immediately and a 10% damage boost for 2 turns at the cost of -1 constitution. Any action points over your maximum are lost. Remove the following negative statuses. That's pretty good. Silence, slowed, crippled, chilled, etc., etc. Let's look at his racial. Breathe fire. Breathe fire. Well, he is breathing fire. Breathe flames in a cone, dealing 4 to 5 damage and leaving fire surface behind. So it's pretty good pyromancer type, I guess. Demonic stare. Drain 9 to 5/10 magic armor from target character and gain that amount for yourself. Pretty interesting. Ifan Bemezed. Encourage all allies around you, increasing their primary attributes. I think this is just a regular human attribute. Summon Ethan Soul Wolf, which could be good for a summoning class. Petrifying Touch. Turn a nearby target to stone, which is pretty sweet. And Blinding Squall. A storm approaches and strong winds rise. They blind and deal 7 to 8 air damage to enemies in the area. It kind of reminds me of an old skill in Divinity 1. Losa, also encouraged. So this is a human-specific one, I think. And Maddening Song. Sing, causing enemies in the area to become mad. Maddened characters will attack those nearest to them, regardless of alignment. I guess like a frenzy type ability. And we have Feign. Play dead, fool enemies into thinking you're dead. Cooldown of skills will be paused. Any action you take will cancel the status. That's pretty useful if you want to like stay alive in a pinch. Time Warp. Target a character. Whenever this character ends a turn in combat, they immediately get a free turn. That's pretty sweet. I thought it was only for him, but you can target a character. That's pretty cool. But yeah, another one's Dodor, for example. They have Petrifying Touch, and they have the standard Dome of Protection. Create a magical field that restores magic and physical armor and increases elemental resistances on allies in an area, which is pretty sweet, given that there's a lot of status effects that can't take place unless you take down someone's armor or magic. This could actually prevent our party from taking certain statuses. An elf also has Flesh Sacrifice. Oh, so I can play any elf and still get Flesh Sacrifice. That's pretty good. I actually might... Oh, it's tempting. What does a lady look like? Hello. It could be tempting to play like my own player character and just have heroes, because I like elves in stories. I don't know why, because they're pretty, they're not human, but they still look pretty. I know it's very shallow, but I want armor to look good on me, you know? Or I can play as a human. That's a really cool looking dagger, but it's also huge. Maybe it's not a dagger, I think it's a sword. Anyways, I want Dome of Protection. I just feel like it's quite useful. And then I'll also have Flesh Sacrifice. So let's see, how many Flesh Sacrifices? Let's think about this. I'm gonna just do this off screen. Flesh Sacrifice. Very good. I've never played a Ranger, so maybe I'll play a Ranger. I am still somewhat considering Sabile or Feign, because Sabile has very good racial as an elf, which is Flesh Sacrifice, and her special ability is like a nice little like decurse ability, kind of. Feign is undead, he's cool. His Time Warp ability is really, really good. But I can always pick the two of them up in my party. It's just like if I play one of them, then I have an extra slot to bring another character, and I have like both abilities locked down without like just having them as party members, but that's okay. I think it'll be more fun if I made my own character, tried to think of my own backstory, and interacted with the heroes, because then I can hear all their awesome voice acting and kind of have them as companions as I experience the story. I feel like I should not choose too much on what would be useful, and also just choose something that would be fun. So kind of trying to balance something that could work like practical wise, so I can actually play the game. If it's too hard, I won't be able to finish the game. And also choose something I think would be fun. But yeah, I always liked elves in video games, in any fantasy setting. I don't know why, elves always intrigued me, so I'm gonna choose to play an elf. I'm kind of torn between choosing to play an archer or a healer of sorts, like a spellcaster, and have my party be the physical damage dealers. Wayfarer, so that's like a archer. I think that could be a cool way to play, to have like some elemental damage if I need, but have mainly physical damage, so I can kind of do both without worrying I'm skewing too heavily into a certain type of damage, which could be a little bit boring maybe. So Wayfarer maybe. A witch? No. Let me check. What are the talents? I mean, what are the abilities? Necromancer. Oh, right. So, yeah. Not a witch. Wizard. Magic. I think I'm also debating if I want to play like a mage class, like mainly support like Hydrosophist, Geomancer to support my team. But I feel like it's a little bit of a waste because Flesh Sacrifice gives a 10% damage boost, which is quite valuable. So I don't know. Or Battle Mage. Oh, that sounds fun. Melee and a bit of magic. And I'll probably run one other character that does magic as well, so it's good if I am a hybrid, I think. A cleric, restoration, bloodsucker, a conjurer. That could be fun. This is a new class where you summon a lot of stuff, which is intriguing to me. Or enchanter, which is the support build class. A fighter, pure warrior type, nice little fortify there. Inquisitor, like a mix between necromancer and a warrior. Or warfare in this case, what's this called? A knight, a pure warfare one, I think. Metamorph, so that's the polymorph class, which is really cool. A ranger, or I can play a pure ranger. Or a rogue. I'm saving the rogue for Sabili, so yeah, I don't know. Ultimately, I think I'm going to choose a ranger because I feel like that's a good hybrid between physical and magical damage once I get my hands on some elemental arrows. So I'm going to do that. Let's choose our appearance first. They have some new faces apparently, so... Wait, what? Oh, I'm changing my skin color. I'm like, why is my face staying the same? But there's some changes. Okay, wow, that is kind of scary. That looks very humanoid-like. It's kind of eerie. That's an older lady. Oh, that's so cool. You meet old lady elf. That's like a cute young elf. That's a very angry-looking elf. That's a Sabile face, isn't it? That looks like oh, yeah, we have the mark. That's Sabile. And that's a very general face. I think that's also new. Have I seen it? I don't think so. They definitely have more faces to choose from. That's so cool. I don't know which one to choose. Face 1 is also nice. I like the young elf face. Let's go. Starry-eyed elf on her first journey out in the world. Okay, I don't know what her story will be, but we will find out as we play. That's really cool. I can't tell if they use a lot of hair gel or what. I mean, elves are all natural and stuff, right? They surely can't use too much hair gel. But they're also cannibalistic, so maybe it's like the blood of our enemies or something. Ooh, I think this is new. Is it? That's very cute. That's Sabile's hairstyle. Nice and short. No, this is Sabile's hairstyle. Okay. Oh my god, I love this one. That's so cute. They got little antlers. This has a little leaf sticking out. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my god. Maybe it's a little too fancy for her. Maybe if she was a caster or something, it would match. Wow, this is pretty. Oh my gosh, I love the new cosmetics. And that's the one we started off with. I think it's also new. So, let's see. Do I want like a very simple hairstyle like this? Or that's a little too fancy. This one's a little too fancy for me. This one's, I don't know, I just find this so adorable for some reason. This one, it got little antlers. Or this is the very pretty hairstyle, but I think, like, yes, like I said, too pretty. This one reminds me of, like a war maiden would have or something, like a Valkyrie. So I don't know if it's like a very arrow-friendly hairstyle. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this one. I just think it's adorable. Maybe some of you might disagree, but, you know, for me it's super cute. I feel like a nice reddy brown color would work for her. Facial features, none. Let's choose her voice.
Almost got me that time. Meet your maker.
I'll yield to none.
Nice try.
I'm try again. Greet the Reaper for me.
Almost got me that time.
Greet the Reaper for me.
I'm ready. Prepare yourself.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
I don't know, I feel like the Scholar voice matches her. Okay, Let's go with the preset. Oh, I can check out the stats here. I'm silly. Let's see. Ranger. Huntsman. Pyrokinetic is a base for Ranger? That's interesting. Oh wow, I am an obsessive looter, so Lucky Charm could be fun. Well, Huntsman's for sure. Spending points on combat abilities generally increases the damage you do in the skill schools you invest in. However, there are other benefits as well. Read the descriptions of the skill schools to fully understand what the invested points do. So Huntsman for sure. Civil abilities, okay, they're non-combat abilities. So I only have 2 points to start with. Huntsman for sure. It increases my damage with bows, I guess. Or just attacking from high ground. Okay. But I needed to equip a bow, so I would have to put a point in Huntsman. Or do I not actually? Ranged. Ranged increased damage and critical chance when using bows and crossbows. So I need Huntsman for the abilities that come with the class, so I would want that, yes. Single hand increases damage and accuracy when uses... okay. Charm. It could also be good to have Persuasion, so I can talk through some things. Or bartering, which is also nice. It's always nice to have things for cheaper or sell things for more. Oh, I remember I used to just stack thievery so I can like get a bunch of free stuff. Summoning could be fun actually. I could be like summoning things from range, also doing some range damage just in general. Or Geomancer, just so I have a better hybrid of elements, because I will take at least one mage with me. Likely gonna be Aetherthurge? I can never say that. Aerothurge. Why did I say Aetherthurge? I just had a mini stroke there, so oh god. Aerothurge and Hydrosophist will probably be the mage, just so they can support us. Or Hydrosophist Geomancer, because then I can heal an undead as well as the rest of the party. So I could benefit by having another Geomancer because they have some pretty nice armor abilities and just general support. Or I go into summoning because summoning is cool, and even if it is not like a very good idea, I might just go with it. Or put in bartering. Or persuasion. Persuasion could be useful. But I want Lucky Charm. I just like opening barrels and just finding like a lot of gold in it. There's just something so fun with that. So let's confirm this. So we're using a ranger build. Finesse. Wits. Summoning. Is there a does something affect summoning? The attributes panel show the primary stats you have to spend points in after you level up. Primary stats have a direct influence on secondary stats. Understood. Increase crit chance, initiative, and your ability to detect traps and find hidden treasures. Ooh, I like treasure. Finesse is always useful for ranged attacks. Or like daggers and whatnot. Memory is also good. Base 3 slots. I need extra memory, but I can put a point in that when I level up. I don't think I'll have too many new abilities to begin with. So, Finesse Wits, that's good. Huntsman, Summoning, and Lucky Charm. That's gonna be my build. Let's look at our talents. Do I want Arrow Recovery, which gives me 33% chance to recover a special arrow after shooting it, or Ambidextrous, reduces the cost of AP and scrolls by 1 when your offhand is free. Well, I'm gonna be carrying a bow, so my offhand will never be free. Comeback Kid. Once per combat, if an enemy lands a fatal blow, Comeback Kid will help you bounce back to life with 20% health. So that's pretty good. Duck Duck Goose lets you evade attacks of opportunity. Interesting. Oh, I think this might be new. I don't remember seeing it. Or maybe because I never played a Huntsman, so I didn't notice this ability. Elemental Affinity lowers the action point cost of spells by 1 when standing in a surface of the same element. But when will that ever happen? Hopefully not too much, because that means I'll probably be taking damage. Shooting arrows will inflict bonus elemental damage depending on the surface your target is standing in. Oh, So it's kind of like this one, Infinity. Escapist allows you to flee combat even when enemies are right next to you. Far Out Man increases the range of skills and scrolls by 2 meters, does not affect melee and touch range skills. 5-star dinner. 5-star dinner, or diner, sorry, doubles the effect of food and potions. That's pretty interesting. I've never used that. Get glass cannon. You start every combat round with maximum AP, but magic and physical armor do not protect you from statuses. Wow, that's quite dangerous. Huh, interesting. Gorilla. When sneaking, 40%. Oh. When sneaking, Gorilla increases attack damage by 40%, also reduces the cost of entering sneak mode by 1 AP. While you are at maximum vitality, Hothead grants you an extra 10% critical chance and 10% more accuracy. So I wonder if, like, if I spec a rogue or something, this could be quite interesting. If they're max health, they just get all that extra damage in their first hit. I don't know. Leech heals you when you're standing in blood. Living armor. Living armor adds 35% of all healing you receive by skills or consumables to your magic armor. That's pretty good. Lone Wolf. We're not going to be playing Lone Wolf this time around. Or I can't say that word. Mnemonic. I just ignore the M, I think. Mnemonic gives you 3 extra points in your memory attribute. That's quite nice. I don't know about arrow recovery. Comeback kit is useful. I don't know how much I will be dying, so... But it's useful to have in general. I think the best one probably is arrow recovery. I just feel like maybe it's not too useful in the first few levels, but it will rise in power as I level up because I craft more arrows. I just don't know, like, how often will I use this thing? And, like, yeah, this could be good. It lets me evade attacks of opportunity. I don't know the percentage of this. I also feel like as an archer, Duck Duck Goose is just so useful. Comeback Kid or Duck Duck Goose. I might go with the Duck Duck Goose just because I've never tried it and I want to see what it's like. And I can always change it later, hopefully. Tags determine what options are available to you in dialogue and how the world reacts to your party members. Custom characters have race, gender, and background tags. Origin characters have unique origin tags. Understood. So, do I want to be a barbarian? They call you a savage, an animal. They don't know what it's like to need to fight, tooth and claw, just to survive. You do. Quick with a quip and swift of a song, you are an entertainer above all. You can disarm the public with your body tales and mesmerize them with a midnight frights. Oh, that's good for Halloween. Midnight frights, awesome. Mystic. Cracks in reality lead you to other times and places, some of the void, some of the gods. Your vision is not quite your own, but you can make use of it. Born to riches and luxuries, you have an aristocratic bearing, eloquent speech, and the finest manners. Outlaw. Back alleys and rooftops know well the tread of your boot. You've got friends in low places and enemies to match. Or scholar. Intelligent and curious, your appetite for learning far exceeds your taste for bloodshed. Books and scrolls are your dearest possessions. Or soldier. Trained in order, obedience, and warfare, you know the difference between a latrine and a lieutenant. Yay, good for me, woohoo! I don't know, the elves, they eat people to consume their memories, and also yummy, I guess. What would be most sensible here? I don't think a jester... Well, jester could be fun. Like, it's always nice to have, like, a bit of humor. So I'll choose jester. And that's kind of general. I can always be, like, a whimsical elf. That's kind of cool. Like, outlaw. It could match. I don't think elves are born to riches and luxury. I don't know. Mystic could be interesting. Barbarian. Let's be an intelligent, well-read, humorous elf. I feel like that could match us. If we're not shooting things between their eyes, we are reading a book and making jokes at a tavern or something. That could be useful. Let's see. Let's go with their name. Oh, let's finish off with the instrument first. Okay. So, do I want to play a bansuri, a tambura, an oud, or a cello? I feel like a cello might be a little bit too much to carry. I feel like a nice little flute thing could be nice and portable for us. I don't think we have a lot of room on us to carry like a tambura. I feel like our bow already takes most of our inventory space. So let's go with Bensuri. I think it's kind of cute too. So now we need a name. And I'm not going to say Legolas. Because Legolas. Why is my caps lock on? Okay, like Legolas. But no, that's a little too cheesy. I just looked up what the Sabile name meaning is, and the first thing says, the name Sabile means prophets and is of English origin. Sabile is a name that has been used by parents who are considered a baby name for girls. From the legend of King Arthur, also a French surname from the name Sibyl. In Greek and Roman legend, the Sibyls were 10 female prophets who practiced at different holy sites in the ancient world. Oh, it's got a bit of a interesting name. In honor to one of my favorite webtoons, I'm gonna name her Kore. Or I hope I'm saying her name correctly, or just Core. Core or Kore? How do you say that name? Is there like a IPA transcription of how to say Core? Core? Pronunciation? Corey. It's Core. I think it's Corey. Corey. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I've been saying her name wrong the whole time. I'm gonna name her Corey. So yeah, I ended up with the name Corey, and now I can actually say her name properly. Yay! And that will be character creation. Let's hit start game. Wait, what? I still have points? Oh my god. I still have points to spend, everyone. Oh, skills. Oh, my bad. Oh, because yeah. Okay, well, Pin down. That's very good, but only if I have the damage down, so... Farsight Infusion, Dimensional Bolt, Conjure Incarnate is very useful. Elemental Totem, probably Infusion, I guess, is a nice buff. And then I could use Ricochet, maybe? How long is the cooldown, though? It does, 4-turn cooldown, 3 turns, 6 turns. Ooh, that's quite a hefty thing to have in my ability slot. Elemental arrowheads. Everything is pretty long, actually. It's at least 4. Elemental totem, only 1. I think you're allowed like a certain amount of totems. I might give up Farlight Infusion for now and replace it with Elemental Totem. Just because it has such a low cooldown. And I think totems are pretty cool. As someone who's playing a shaman right now in WoW, totems are cool. Actually, not so much. Sometimes it's a little tedious to keep like popping them down when you need them. Yeah. We're gonna choose Ricochet. Fire a normal arrow that deals 23 to 29 physical damage and then finds another target within 5 meters. Forks up 2 times. Forks up to 2 times. There you go. Damage is based on your basic attack and receives a bonus from Finesse. That's good to know. Conjure Incarnate. Conjure a personal elemental that matches the ground surface it's summoned onto. Your Incarnate can be buffed with infusions. Once you hit summoning ability level 10, a Colossal Incarnate Champion will answer your summons. That's awesome. The stats of the summons will depend on the caster level and summoning ability. So I used to think that Intellect for some reason like affects Conjuration, but it's only the level and the summoning ability, which is great. Then that's like 1 less skill I have to worry about while leveling my archer, so I can focus on Finesse, unlike if I were to spec into maybe Geomancer or Pyromancy or something, then I need to worry about Intellect and whatnot, so this could be interesting. I've never tried this, so... Target a ground surface and conjure a totem of the corresponding element. Each turn, this totem will fire a projectile. I don't know why I said it like that. Fire a projectile at the enemies in sight. The stat of the summons will depend on the caster level and summoning ability. Excellent. Let us confirm and start the game. Yes, I am done with character creation. Let us watch the cutscene. Or should the cutscene come next episode? I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm gonna hit yes. Start the game! Yay! Character creation was fun, but now I'm excited to actually play.